until she saw that neither her name nor her husband's appeared on the marriage certificate. The woman then realized that her husband had never loved her in their 5 years of marriage. So the next day she resumed her identity as the Divine Lady. She endured immense pain to sever the last thread connecting her to her husband. Then she donned her 5-year sealed Divine Lady robes to attend her own homecoming banquet. She intended to make her husband live the rest of his life in remorse. Unaware, her husband still planned to lose his temper with her at the banquet. Instead, he was pushed aside by one of her subordinates. He was reprimanded, being told he was not allowed to approach their mistress. Only when he heard the word mistress did he realize that the wife he had despised was someone far beyond his reach. It turned out that the woman was the world's only immortal cultivator. 10 years ago the man had secretly taken a photo of her, calling her the most beautiful woman in the world. From that moment, she fell hopelessly in love with him. She even sealed away her ability to stay forever young just to be with him. She concealed her Divine Lady identity and became the man's wife. After marriage, she had no time for makeup or adornment and devoted herself entirely to managing their household. In just 5 years, she helped the man become the president of China's largest self-media company. She thought they could continue to live happily together. That night, the man suddenly began to despise her. The woman merely wanted to be intimate with him, but he instinctively pulled away, saying he was tired and wanted to go to bed early that night. The woman did not realize that the man no longer loved her, and assumed it was because of work stress, until one day she discovered she was pregnant with his child. As she tried to share the good news with him at once, she saw the man cheating with his secretary. The woman finally understood that it wasn't work stress keeping him from her, but that he had long ceased to care for her. Heartbroken, the woman went to the hospital, planning to terminate the pregnancy. The doctor urged her to discuss it with her husband since conception was not easy, but she resolutely stood by her decision. Then she lifted her seal and transformed back into her Divine Lady form, preparing to return to the celestial realm. At that moment, her disciple arrived, having found her. It turned out that news of her homecoming had already reached the noble families. All of them wanted to pay their respects, but the woman was in no hurry to return. She said she needed 7 days to settle some matters. Her disciple had no choice but to follow her decision, arranging for a homecoming banquet to be held for her 7 days later. The disciple would personally greet her then. Afterward, the woman reverted to her old drab appearance, but as soon as she got home, she saw the man and his secretary having an affair in their house. The man hurriedly tried to explain to her, but the woman remained outwardly calm. At that moment, the secretary flaunted the kiss mark on her neck to taunt the woman. The woman quietly turned and walked toward her room. What she could not accept was that the man felt not an ounce of guilt, continuing to be intimate with his secretary in their home. Not until late at night did the man come to comfort her, claiming that he had another purpose in doing so. He had learned that the Divine Lady would return in 7 days, so he wanted the woman to drink on his behalf at the homecoming banquet, hoping to earn the Divine Lady's favor and get the Joe Group successfully listed. Although the woman knew full well that the Divine Lady he referred to was herself, she agreed in order to make the man regret it for the rest of his life at the banquet in 7 days. Moreover, she planned to prepare a surprise for him 7 days later.